Got a lot of feedback yesterday about our comments and our movement, pay fans respect. And part of the initial pushback was on we paid for or we financed, commissioned, I think is the proper word. We commissioned an independent study to identify the 10 people most responsible for the breaking of woke sports culture. And there was a lot of pushback about this list of the 10 people most responsible for the breaking of woke sports culture. We talked about how Shane Gillis's performance at the ESPYS was a tipping point. It's a sign of surrender from the woke sports world. Disney allowing Shane Gillis to crack the jokes that he did at the ESPYS. We mentioned Dave Portnoy signing with Fox Sports and how all of this is a signal that the woke sports era is over. And so we commissioned an independent group to do a study who's most responsible. And the results, I was an overwhelming choice for number one. And some people have questioned that. And I just want to be crystal clear here. This was an independent study. I had nothing to do with the results of this poll and this independent study. They concluded, and so after getting a lot of pushback, and there was some legitimate pushback, and so I had my team. I was uninvolved. I had my team reach back out to the group, the research group that did this independent study, hey, let's give some more transparency. How did the voting go? Because some people also pointed out, hey, look, there's a couple of omissions here that are kind of strange, and because Dana White, the founder of the UFC, wasn't in our initial top 10 that we put out. Aaron Rodgers, the NFL quarterback that fought the COVID vaccine and who very outspoken, stood against the media, continued to go on the Pat McAfee show. He didn't crack our top 10. And so I thought that was strange about Dana White and Aaron Rodgers. And so I had my team because I had to stay out of it. And I'm totally uninvolved in any of this. And so I said, could we get some transparency? And so they retabulated the polling. And so we're now going to release the official list with the first place votes. This was a 50-person research team and voting block. And look, I had nothing to do. I received 48 of the 51st place votes. As you can see there, Clay Travis received a vote, and Dana White received a vote for first place as well. But we now have the new rankings or the updated. I don't want to call them new, but guys, I had nothing to do with this. This is an independent deal. And so here's our new Purple Heart winners, or our updated Purple Heart winners, with me an overwhelming choice as the most influential person in breaking woke sports culture. Clay Travis finishing a very respectable number 2 with one first place vote compared to my 48. He edged out Dana White, who also received a first place vote. Then Riley Gaines, then Aaron Rodgers, then Pat McAfee, Bobby Burack, the brilliant writer at Outkick, Dave Portnoy, Sage Steele, and Michelle Tafoya. You can see there in the top 10. And then there was an honorable mention list with Harrison Butker, Antonio Brown, Will Kane, Marcellus Wiley, and, of course, the lovely Sophie Cunningham. I think her pictures on IG have done a lot to break woke sports culture. So I'm a little bit surprised Sophie didn't crack the top 10, but she did make honorable mention. And so we just wanted to update that list. The other part, I asked on a slightly more serious note, I asked you all for feedback on our list of demands. We're starting the Pay Fans Respect movement. I'm inviting you all to participate in the organization, the foundation, the mission statement, the goals of Pay Fans Respect, because no one right now has any interest in speaking on behalf of fans, looking out for the best interest of fans. We're going to, this show is going to take on that cause as we move to a new battlefield in the culture war. And that new battlefield is about, like, someone has to care about sports fans. No one else does. And so as of right now, again, I'm not asking anyone, because I don't believe in, we shouldn't surrender and just quit watching sports and just go away from, that's crazy. Christians, traditional men and women, we founded, organized, created sports. We shouldn't just hand it over to the secular crazy crowd and the alphabet mafia and all them people just to run sports. We shouldn't. It's no different than that whole woke sports culture. You don't surrender, you fight back, and eventually you'll win if you fight long enough and hard enough. And that's what we're going to do as it relates to giving fans a voice. It's supposed to be the media. They've basically eliminated that. We're note takers, we're PR people, we're just an extension of the marketing arm of these athletes and these sports leagues, and we're tired of it. And so I don't want to suggest that, hey, let's quit watching, but there are ways to quit financially supporting these athletes and ownerships and media franchises that have no respect for fans. And so one of the things, we can quit buying their jerseys. We can quit buying their gym shoes. We can quit buying their paraphernalia. We can show up in hats and T-shirts that talk about pay fans respect, because you remember the WNBA, for their All-Star game, they take the court talking about pay us what you owe us. No, put some respect on our name, fans. Pay fans respect. We're tired of being bullied. Anyway, I gave you guys an email, payfansrespect@gmail.com. I invite you all to continue with the feedback and the suggestions for me as we try to organize and put this together. I promised many of you T-shirts that I will send you all for sending me an email and having a good suggestion. And so there have been some good suggestions